everybody and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, this is Blynn's Corner where we do a little bit of everything, but today we're playing The Sims 4. Now, we've been doing a Halloween cast series. In this series, we've created 8 Sims. All of them are different but interlinked. If you don't know what that is, I suggest you go watch the other videos. I will leave a card up in the video. You can find that in the right hand corner at the top. Now, this character ties in with 2 other characters that we previously created. So one of those being the malevolent elf and the other one being the winter nymph. This character lives in the Elven forest, in the enchanted forest. He used to live with the malevolent elf before she fell to being a dark creature. So he's actually also kind of the reason she became a malevolent elf. She always had those traits, but in the end, him and his situation is what pushed her over the edge. And I apologize if you hear my cat in the background. She's scratching her scratching post. But anyway, so as you saw in the beginning, he is a forest elf. In the Elven forest, he was in the elite squadron of Elven knights. And because of this, he was highly respected, and everybody kind of saw him as one of the most eligible bachelors. And the malevolent elf was no exception to that. So she kind of grew up with him, and ever since she was a young child, she kind of had her eye on him. So when she found out that he did not return her feelings, that was quite a big shock to her. She was able to let that part go until she realized that he had been sneaking off into the winter part of the forest to spy on the winter nymph. He came across her one day by chance. He was out patrolling the borders that lie right between the Elven forest, the wintry part of the Elven forest, and the wintry part of where the winter nymph lives. So he was kind of out patrolling there, and he came across her one day. And ever since that day, he kind of fell in love with her. So it was kind of like love at first sight. For him, he'd never seen anybody so pure looking and beautiful. So he just kind of went there to essentially kind of spy on her, until one day she did approach him because she was very powerful. She was the most powerful of the nymphs in that forest. So because of this, she was able to tell that he was there. So she went out and she started conversing with him. She kind of got to know him. She got to know a little bit more about what was going on in the Elven forest, and he kind of explained that there was a lot of corruption happening. And with that, so in the Elven forest, when elves become corrupt, especially high-ranking elves, parts of the forest began to die and wither away. And a lot of this could be seen in the winter part of the Elven forest. And the reason for this is because in the Elven forest, the winter is different. So flowers still bloom, all of the plants still bloom, the trees don't lose their leaves, and things like that. So he was able to tell that there was something really wrong going on, and that's why they were out patrolling when he first came across the winter nymph. So he explained this to her and kind of asked for her help because she was so powerful, and they did help every so often. He was really looking for that help. And so she agreed to help him. And she had taken quite a liking to him as well. So it was mutual on their end. And of course, when the malevolent elf discovered this, she was furious. And that's kind of what, like I said before, pushed her over the edge. So she sought out for revenge. So she did not intend for the knight to be there the day that she went to exact her revenge, though. At first, she only intended to harm her. But once he came and he tried to step in and save the winter nymph, she became even more angry, and at that point she just didn't care, so she struck both of them. Once this happened, of course, she was banished from the Elven kingdom, but he was also punished for this. So he was reluctant to explain what exactly was going on between him and the winter nymph. Obviously, because he can't just say, oh, I'm trying to find this corruption and I'm trying to get rid of it and she's assisting me. So instead of doing that, because he knew his investigation would end, he kind of said, well, I'm in love with her. So they actually banished him as well to the ruins. And you'll kind of see in the thumbnail, he now lives in the ruins. He's no longer a knight, but he is still investigating that in hopes that he can purify that forest and get rid of the corruption. And like I said before, I'm thinking about doing a series with all of these characters. If you're interested in that, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope everybody had a safe Halloween. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications so you are notified every time we post a video. And have a great night.